1-855-MEET-UHC. Annual enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th, so call today.
2023 hasn't been easy. The cost of living is high, and many of our businesses are still hurting. These new laws won't help. All electric sounds like a great goal, but we need to take our time getting there. Rushing will hurt those that can't afford the switch.
We all want to fight climate change, but new laws will only work if they are available to all of us. Taking away the option to buy less expensive gas cars can make living and running businesses here even more difficult. These new deadlines are not realistic for everyone.
If you join LevantaTuVoz.org, your voice will be heard.
LevantaTuVoz.org. Let's raise our voices together.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk, too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
LA's afternoon news. I'm Rob Archer.
And I'm Margaret Carrero. Coming up,
A mixed reaction to a proposal that would expand the number of LA City Council members. Charles Feldman goes in depth.
and Governor Newsom debating Florida Governor Ron DeSantis right now. Who's landing blows?
6:15 on KNX News. Traffic's brought to you by LA Car Guy. Here's Brian.
Start with that 91, Andrea. Thanks for the call. The issue is an injury crash, 91 East past Bellflower Boulevard. Looks like it's going to be blocking a right lane or two. Andrea was on the 91 East and saw a bunch of emergency vehicles pass her. She did get off at Bellflower. So that's going to be a little bit of a hassle for your drive here. That slows back at Avalon. Then up ahead, Buena Park into Anaheim, 91 East right at the 5. We've got, looks like the carpool lane being held with a motorcycle wreck. Got some injuries with this. And that backup, the immediate backup at least, starts back at Carmenita. So 2 issues there for the 91 freeway. Our 5 here in OC, still tough from Sand Canyon up to Harbor Boulevard. Then you get yourself a little break there. 405 still going to be difficult, especially northbound. Sluggish through Irvine. It gets tough once you hit that 55. And, of course, once you meet everyone from the 73, we'll stay slow up to just past, actually we'll put the slowing up to Magnolia, and then some more slowing ahead as you make your way up towards Beach Boulevard. Santa Monica 10, that's just crawling along out of Santa Monica. It's been slow all afternoon. It's kind of the way it always is, right? Slow out to the East LA interchange. You're 110 southbound, extra slow as well as you make your way down towards Manchester. Scotty mentioned this last time around. The Hollywood Freeway, it's slow, that 101 into the valley. Then that 170 now, really tough starting at Victory Boulevard. And that's just due to a lot of folks on the roadway. I checked with CHP to see if there was a crash up ahead. There's not. It's just going to be really, really tough for your drive there. The 118, if you're on the 118 eastbound from Porter Ranch, slowing all the way over towards the 5. The LA Car Guy family includes Toyota, Audi, Lexus, Volkswagen, Porsche, Subaru, Honda, Genesis, and now Hyundai. All 14 dealerships have new and pre-owned cars in stock. Check out the Black Friday savings for all 14 dealerships at lacarguy.com/Black Friday. Next report 625 from the Toyota of Glendora.com 24-hour traffic center.
Cool weather through Saturday. Warming trend starts Sunday into next week. Right now 59 degrees in Anaheim, 57 in Northridge, 59 in Hawthorne at 617. Discussion of proposals for expanding the LA City Council have been punted until the new year after a City Hall meeting today.
Now, supporters of the plan say that having only 15 council districts in the city means a real lack of representation when compared to the 51 districts in New York and the 50 in Chicago. KNX News Chief Correspondent Charles Feldman is here to go in depth.
And let's bring into this discussion Councilmember Tracy Park, who represents the 11th Council District, made up of the city's West Side neighborhoods. Thanks for being with us, Tracy.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So it is fair, I think, to say that you are a skeptic. Am I correct when it comes to expanding the numbers of council people on the council? Is that right?
You know, I do have some very serious concerns and questions about it.
Okay, so you're a skeptic. Oh, that's fair. Why are you skeptical?
The concept of potential expansion has been presented to voters in the past and has been unsuccessful. There is certainly no question that the council districts are large and that there are many constituents who need to be served. If the problem that we are trying to solve for is the level of responsiveness of the council office because the districts are so large, then I think there are some other more cost-effective, efficient ways of addressing that issues. For example, funding council staff positions. The other issue is the provision of basic city services. And in the city of Los Angeles, we have a staffing crisis in virtually every single city department. And my priority is to focus on filling those and get our delivery.
Got it. If it is good enough to have more representation for smaller amounts of people everywhere else in the United States, including in New York City, why is it not good enough for Los Angeles? Those other cities have some of the very same fiscal problems that we do here, and yet they have a representation where each council member represents a smaller number of people, so that people really do feel empowered, so that people really do feel that they can reach out to a representative who isn't representing 260,000 people. You can't do it. You just can't. And isn't that and Tracy, isn't that fundamentally why when people say the city government in LA doesn't work, isn't that the reason why it doesn't work?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons why.
But isn't that the main reason, Tracy?
I don't agree with you that it is the main reason. I think the main issue that we're suffering from in our city is a lack of ability to provide essential services across the city because of a serious vacancy. But to get at your underlying question, you're right, we have a lot of constituents. And we have studied other jurisdictions that have more council members, so they each represent a smaller population. And I have yet to see any evidence that constituents are any more satisfied with their local elected leaders in those cities than constituents are here in the city of Los Angeles.
Okay, but Tracy, why not give people representation where they are served by one council member for a smaller group of people? Isn't it really, Tracy, about power? Isn't it about maintaining power?
Absolutely not. And
it's not?
No, it isn't. And this is a matter of a couple of things. First of all, we are talking about something that is going to cost taxpayers potentially tens of millions of dollars to accommodate just in terms of council office administrative budgets and personnel, and that doesn't even include, I'm not finished, that does not even begin to include the additional facilities and police requirements, and the other component of that is harder to quantify.
But Tracy, if you're concerned about the millions or tens of millions of dollars the taxpayers are spending, and that's what's stopping you from deciding to vote for more council members on the council, aren't taxpayers already spending tens of millions of dollars for a government that they say doesn't work?
Well, here's what I would say in response to that. I have, over the last 3 years, spoken to thousands of constituents on the biggest issues facing the city of Los Angeles. Not one of them has recommended more politicians as a solution to those problems. Not one.
Councilmember Tracy Park, representing the 11th Council District. Tracy, thank you for taking the time. I do appreciate it.
What is up? It's Evan Lovett from social media's LA in a Minute. There's history everywhere if you know where to look. Join me Tuesdays and Thursdays on KNX News and learn what you didn't know you needed to know about the things that make LA so unique and amazing. It's LA in a Minute on TikTok and Instagram, right here on KNX News 97.1 FM.
Brought to you by McKennaCars.com with 9 dealerships in LA and Orange County.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Still running a scam. That's the largest scam out there. This ad.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2023.
Hello, everybody. It's Tom Swire, General Manager of Mercedes-Benz of Valencia. Have you ever driven an electric vehicle or even considering one? Now is the perfect time, as we're sitting on our largest EV stock in recent history. Stop by for a quick test ride and get the electric vehicle experience. We have new inventory arriving weekly, which means 3 things: selection, selection, selection. Come see us at Mercedes-Benz of Valencia. We're right between the 5 and the 14 freeways. Or check us out at mbzvalencia.com.
It's football season, and the NFL is in full effect on the free Odyssey app. We're heading into the final stretch of the regular season, and the playoff picture is starting to come into focus. Whatever team you're rooting for, the free Odyssey app has you covered with the local talk and your team's podcast. Plus, listen to play-by-play of every Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday night game from Westwood One. If you're looking for the NFL, it's all on the free Odyssey app. Download it today and search for your favorite team. That's AUDACY.
This is Attorney Elliott with the Accident Guide. Injured in a car accident or on the job? Call us, the Accident Guide. 877-888-GUIDE.
It's 6:24. It's LA in a Minute on KNX News 97.1 FM.
Brought to you by McKennaCars.com.
Today, Evan tells us a bit about the history of an LA institution we all hope we never have to call on.
What is up? This is Evan Lovett with your LA in a Minute here for KNX News 97.1 FM. And the LA City Fire Department is responsible for 471 square miles and approximately 4 million people. But did you know it started out as an all-volunteer force 150 years ago? That's right. We've come a long way from 1860s Los Angeles when there was no fire department. And if there was a fire, somebody would fire their pistol in the air repeatedly as an alarm, and volunteers from the community would use 3-gallon leather buckets to extinguish fires. In 1871, a more formal volunteer fire department was organized. Engine Company Number 1 was formed after a fundraiser. But even as the city council appropriated funds for an engine house, firefighters were still volunteers until 1886, when the present-day paid fire department came into use. By 1900, the department had grown to 18 fire stations with 123 full-time paid firefighters and 80 fire horses. Today, there are 106 stations with nearly 4,000 firefighters and no horses. But if there were, it would be volunteers, just like the original LA City firefighters. All right, LA, it's been a minute. For more, check out my podcast, In a Minute with Evan Lovett, on your Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you follow LA in a Minute on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Evan Lovett for KNX News 97.1 FM.
It is 6:25.
Good look at traffic now. Here he is, Brian Douglas.
Hollywood Freeway, northbound side, right before you get to your Universal City exit. So right by the Barham overpass there, we've got a wreck involving a motorcycle. It's the left lane that's now blocked. Looks like that motorcycle caught fires, too. Thanks for the tip calls as folks drove by this. Appreciate those calls. Your 101 northbound out of downtown is going to be really tough up to this point. And then after that, it's not bad unless you're sticking with the 170. Then from Victory, it's going to be really tough. South Hollywood loads up at Sunset Boulevard. Heard from Marianne. She said it took her well over an hour from White Oak on the 101 all the way down to Manchester on the 405 freeway. I believe it, Marianne. We had a bad crash right before Century. That was on that South 405 that was there for quite a while, where we only had at one point 2 right lanes open. So that's gone, by the way, but that slowing still kind of with us, unfortunately. Northbound gets heavy right before Wilshire Boulevard. That Santa Monica freeway out of Santa Monica, still really tough. Monrovia, we still have a problem on the 210 eastbound at Myrtle. This is a right lane crash. 2 right lanes was the latest. I haven't got an update, but that was the latest. that's blocked there. If you're on the 710 south, right before you get to the 405 freeway, they're moving a crash to the right shoulder now. That looks like CHP's running a break. And that 91 eastbound right at the 5, the roadway just cleared. We had a motorcycle wreck here, and your carpool lane was blocked again on that east 91. Next report, 6:35 from the Toyota Glendora.com 24-hour traffic center.
Right now, 59 degrees in Costa Mesa, 54 Santa Clarita, 57 in downtown L.A.
Governor Newsom is debating Florida Governor Ron DeSantis right now. More on that coming up at 6:27.
KNX News 97.1 FM.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
I'm Dr. Eric Baker with Dental Implants GPS. If you're in the car right now, smile in the rearview mirror. Do you like what you see? If you don't or didn't even try due to embarrassment, you may be one of many dealing with missing or failing teeth and looking for the right team to guide you to your new dream smile. I invite you to come into Dental Implants GPS.
The specialists at Dental Implants GPS can guide you to a new, healthy smile. So if your teeth are loose or painful, it might be time to replace all of your teeth. Or if you dislike your dentures, call 800-952-4200. Stop hiding. Get back freedom. Imagine enjoying social situations again. The GPS Full Smile Solution is a permanent full-mouth teeth replacement. Replace your teeth and restore your self-confidence in one day. 5 local centers, Dana Point, Huntington Beach, Riverside, and 2 new LA area locations. Call 800-952-4200. That's 800-952-4200.
I've been seeing the new guy at the office with the sharpest suit. The guy looks like $1 million. One day he's in a suit that looks like a Xenia. The next day he's wearing what looks exactly like an Armani. I was thinking he must be a big-time CEO or high-level executive. Well, come to find out, he's just a junior-level sales guy. So I asked him, how do you afford those great designer suits? He tells me about a place downtown in the fashion district where they sell suits and sport coats that have the same look like Xenia, Canali, Armani, and other expensive makers at a fraction of the cost. It's called Roger Stewart Clothes at 729 South Los Angeles Street. And since then, I've been going to Roger Stewart too, saving big money and going to work looking like $1 million myself.
This is Roger, president of Roger Stewart Clothes. Don't be foolish with your money. Give us a call and let us put you in great quality suits for hundreds less than department or chain stores. Call 213-627-9661. You'll look like $1 million for a lot less. Roger Stewart Clothes. Suits that should be expensive, but they're not.
Now is the time to call West Medical and erase those ugly, itchy varicose while maximizing your CEO health insurance coverage. Chances are you've met your insurance deductible, but you could take thousands and out smooth, sexy, vein-free legs by the end of the year. Call 1-800-WEST-MED. Set up a free priority consultation. Don't miss out on your med deductible. Call 1-800-WEST-MED. That's 1-800-937-8633 or visit westmedical.com.
I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
During the year-end event at Theodore Robbins Ford, you won't find any additional dealer markup.
This is LA's Afternoon News
On KNX News 97.1 FM.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
6:30, I'm Rob Archer.
And I'm Margaret Carrero in for Karen Adams. It is on. The Fox News debate underway between Governor Gavin Newsom and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. DeSantis went first.
California has more natural advantages than any state in the country. You almost have to try to mess California up. Yeah, that's what Gavin Newsom has done since he's been governor. He's the first governor to ever lose population. They actually at one point ran out of U-Hauls in the state of California because so many people were leaving. Of course, he's imposed restrictions on his own people while exempting himself from those restrictions and going to the French Laundry while his people were suffering. He led the country in school closures, locking kids out of school while he had his own kids in private school in person. Now, he's very good at spinning these tales. He's good at being slick and slippery. He'll tell a blizzard of lies to be able to try to mask the failures. But the reality is they have failed because of his leftist ideology.
And the choice for America is this. What Biden and Harris and Newsom want to do is take the California model and do that nationally. In Florida, we showed that the system work.
Governor Newsom was up next.
We want to bring us back to a pre-1960s world. America in reverse. You want to roll back hard-earned national rights on voting rights, on civil rights, on LGBTQ rights, on women's rights, not just access to abortion, but also access to contraception. You want to weaponize grievance. You are focusing on false separateness. You in particular, Ron, are on a banning binge, a cultural purge, intimidating and humiliating people you disagree with. You and President Trump are really trying to light democracy on fire.
And he addressed people leaving